Okay, exercise 6, question number 2 and 3 are basically the same. I'm going to do question number 2 as an example for you. So they say on the same set of axes you have two equations. You have f of x and you have g of x. Okay, I need to work it out. So if I draw my Cartesian plane quickly here, right, I know if I do this, please measure your values. Let's make it 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's much easier because I see my graph have shifted. Okay, minus 6, minus 8, minus 10. And 2, 4, 6, and 8, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8. Why did I do that? Because I've noticed that my asymptotes is plus 4 and minus 2. So I'm not going to have x plus 4. I'm going to have x equal to negative 4. And I am going to have y equals to minus 2. Right, so those are my two asymptotes. Because it has shifted, I know that I'm going to have a y-intercept, so make x 0. So y is equal to minus 6 over 4 minus 2. So y is minus 3 over 2 minus 2. That 2 I can write as 4 over 2. Okay, so I have minus 7 over 2, which means it is minus 3 and a half. So minus 3 and a half is basically there. So the x-intercept, make y 0. I'm going to move the 2 minus 6 over x plus 4. So 2 times x plus 4 equals negative 6. 2x plus 8 equals negative 6. 2x is equal to negative 14. So x is negative 7. So at minus 7, I am going to have my x-intercept. Right, so I am now going to use my calculator. Add negative 6 over x plus 4 minus 2. I'm going to start at negative 10 and I'm going to end round about at 4. Okay, so at negative 10 I see I have negative 1. Then at negative 6, where am I now? Negative 8, sorry, I have minus 0, 5, minus 7 and 0, 6 and 1, minus 6 and 1, and minus 5 and 4, round about there. So there is my first curve. If I move to the other side, I have minus 3 and negative 8. I have minus 1 and negative 4 is round about there. And then I move over and I see I have 2 and negative 3. Add a new point, it's a new quadrant, and there is my hyperbola. Now I need to work out what is my straight line. So straight line, g of x equals to minus x minus 1, y-intercept, x will be 0, so it will be at negative 1. X-intercept, make y 0, so I'm going to have x equals to -1. And that makes sense because this is a line that needs to go in the negative direction. I'm going to put my ruler down and I'm going to draw my straight line. Very important, I need to label my graphs F and G as well. Right, so this is basically what I have. Now, question B is the one I need to get to. So if they say to me, calculate the coordinates of points of intersect, if it's 1 mark, you read it off the graph. If it is not 1 mark and it's 4 or 5 marks, it means you have to do the actual calculation. Now, how do I work out the points of intersection? So what do I know? I know that these two y values will be equal to one another. I'm going to get an LCD of x plus 4. So I'm going to have minus 6 minus 2 times x plus 4 equals minus x times x plus 4 minus 1 times x plus 4. So minus 6 minus 2x minus 8 equals minus x squared minus 4x minus x minus 4. I'm just going to do some clean up. Minus 2x minus 14 minus x squared minus 5x minus 4. I see I'm heading towards a quadratic equation. So x squared moves to the left. That will become plus 5, so that's plus 3x. That will become plus 4, so minus 10. Right. So now I need to figure out, do I have a factorized bracket for x squared plus 3x minus 10? Well, it's 5 times 2, that won't give me 8. 1 times 10, that won't give me 8. So what am I going to use here now? I'm going to end up using what? The quadratic equation. Minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So I'm going to have minus 3 plus minus 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 10. That's all under square root over 2. So when I work this out, I'm going to have to go back to my normal function. I'm going to have minus 3 plus the root of 9 minus 4 times by negative 10. And that will be over 2. And I will end up with x equal to 2, or if I go back and I change that negative in front of, or the plus in front of the square root to a negative, I will have x equal to minus 5. So if I label those 2 points, A and B, I can now see B will take point x2 and A will take x minus 5. So how do I get the y value? I will simply substitute minus times 2 minus 1. That's going to give me negative 3. That's what we have there. We could have read it off. If I have minus minus 5 minus 1, y is equal to 4. So at minus 5 and 4, that's my second point of intercept. Right, so question 2 is basically the same as question 3. I want you to be able to read off the points of intersect from your graph, but if it's like mine and not drawn to scale, I also need you to be able to calculate it algebraically and realize that if I don't If I can't factorize that quadratic equation, I need to use my quadratic formula, which will lead me to a value for the 2x, the 2x values. How do I get the y value? I will have to substitute the x value and get my y coordinate. Right, so just to confirm, you will have to do exercise 6, question 1A, C, and E. And then you will also have to do question 3A and B. Have a nice time. Goodbye.